Just a few days ago, Shift Up had announced that Stellar Blade was going to be uncensored worldwide, and gamers were praising them for sticking by their creative direction, and people were shocked that Sony had not forced censorship upon this game. And then we heard about the hard R graffiti controversy, and yes, Sony ultimately forcing Shift Up to remove the graffiti on the wall, but we now know that unfortunately there are outfits that are censored in this game. I have a few different things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or through YouTube membership. So over the past couple of days, there has been a lot of rumors and, of course, accusations spreading across social media, and we all didn't really know what to believe because we had previously seen an outfit like the bunny costume be highlighted in teasers and trailers and a lot of the promotional material, but we also had seen circulating online a version of that outfit that had all of Eve's cleavage covered up, and a lot of people wondered if it was just a New Game Plus outfit because New Game Plus does add 32 costumes and it just happened to be a similar silhouette. But unfortunately, we now know that the bunny outfit is 100% censored. As you can see, this is the unpatched version of it, very deep V, lots of cleavage, lots of skin showing, and it is important to point out that this game does still have a lot of extremely sexy outfits. It does still show a lot of skin, but as you can see, they also actually changed the, bikini line around her torso. And there is a New Game Plus variant that does still look pretty good, but as you can see, they did decide to add a lot of lace to her chest area, and ultimately, this is a major problem because we first heard about the graffiti and a lot of people were willing to kind of push that to the side and say, well, yes, it is censorship, and ultimately Sony did force the developers to change the game. We can look past that, but now that we have confirmed outfits being toned down, it really is a very disappointing situation because so many people have been praising this game for its uncensored nature, and now that we've found out that it is in fact censored, it's absolute BS, and there are so many people who are upset. And of course, there are some individuals saying it's wild to me that despite good reviews and despite the game being genuinely fun to play, people can't take the W and are having a meltdown over a small piece of black lace. But it's not the lace. The problem isn't the lace, it's the fact that it was changed for corporate mandate and not because of the developer's creative vision. And they're saying, oh, it's just a little piece of fabric, it doesn't matter. But if it doesn't matter, why did they put it there in the first place? The sensible answer would be to uncensor it since they changed it in the first place, but we know, of course, that that is not going to happen. And of course, there's a lot of talk about buying the physical version and downloading it, but not downloading the day one patch. And that is true, you could do that, but the issue is the fact that while you would download the day one patch and you would receive the censorship, the New Game Plus mode is in that day one patch. So it's like Sony had backed us into a corner. So you either get the New Game Plus and the censorship, or you're not getting all of the content, but you're also not having to deal with the censorship. It is just a shitty situation all around. And ultimately, it is unacceptable to advertise one thing and sell another. So obviously, yes, Shift Up does deserve some blame here. They did make the alterations and they deserve to be called out for this, but I've covered Sony censorship for years now, and this was done because Sony asked them to. I can almost guarantee it with like almost no questions asked. Sony will allow Abby getting rammed in The Last of Us Part 2, Baldur's Gate 3 with full sex scenes and nudity, but not Eve in all of her sexy glory, and it is such a shame to see this happen to a game that people have been praising for months and people have been extremely excited for. And of course, while Shift Up's promise the game was going to be uncensored worldwide seems to be in question, it is clear the mainstream media has done their best to damage this game and ultimately Shift Up's reputation. Sony is the main culprit behind the censorship, and they do deserve a lot of the blame, but yes, you cannot let Shift Up off the hook. They do deserve to be called out for this, 100%. And I know right now a lot of people are questioning if they should buy the game or if they should boycott it, and we've all been excited for Stellar Blade's release, and there is a good reason to be disappointed with the decisions made, but like I always say, it is good to be critical of a product and a company, but if you ultimately want to support it, you shouldn't feel bad for doing so. While the censorship surrounding outfits and the graffiti controversy should not be forgotten, at the end of the day, you can still access a version of the game without these censored outfits if you do not download the day one patch. And we also have Shift Up acknowledging the censorship, and it's not quite the answer that a lot of people would want to hear. But it definitely is at least something for people to potentially be hopeful for. Of course, I think it's important to say I wouldn't be too hopeful, right? I wouldn't be sitting here saying, we won, they're going to change things back, because I highly doubt it. But at the same time, it is still important to talk about statements that are being made and, you know, acknowledgements that are being posted online. As you can see, the director had revealed they are aware of the issues. We are aware of the issue. The version we ended up showing was a day one patch version. It's not an answer that will satisfy users anyway, but internal discussions are ongoing. So, of course, I would not sit here and expect things to be changed. I don't think Sony and Shift Up will come to an agreement and uncensor the outfits and the graffiti, but acknowledging it is important, and they are at least doing that. Of course, we will see if anything comes of this. I personally would not hold my breath, as I said on Twitter/X, but it is very disappointing to see now Stellar Blade is censored. We do know it is confirmed. I know over the past few days there's been a lot of misinformation, a lot of speculation, but we do know that there are some outfits within this game that are toned down, and it is a shame. I am still going to be live streaming a playthrough on the channel when this video is going up tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. I will be starting my playthrough. It will be in the description. So if you've decided you want to wait for more information, you want to see the game though still, definitely come and join in the live stream. Check out the game. I will, of course, be giving my genuine and honest thoughts. If the game is really good, if there are even more outfits that might be censored, I will be experiencing the game on live stream for you all to watch. And of course, I will be keeping my eye on what Shift Up says, if Sony makes any statements, and if any other information comes out about Stellar Blade censorship. But for now, that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.